Todd here with another Port City review, this time looking at 1990's Tremors. As far as I'm concerned, this is a movie that was underrated and overlooked when it was first released. I find it to be a pretty excellent example of a really good multitasking film. And by that, I mean it's an original, well-plotted, modern, for the start of the 1990s anyway, monster movie. It also is a well-written comedy that subtly spoofs and honors at the same time the giant creature flicks of the 1950s. Movies like Them, The Beginning of the End, The Blob, the monster menaces here, named graboids by the townfolk who are under attack by them, are pretty well thought out, and they produce a rather scary threat. The special effects that bring the monster antagonist to life do pretty well, at least for the time that it was released in the 1990s. They hold up okay for today. Not great, but they still hold up. And they do help carry the story along. The high desert town is tiny, and that they're under siege by is tiny and allows for some very interesting characters. And these characters and their little quirks are pretty entertaining thanks to really good acting talents such as Kevin Bacon, Fred Ward, Reba McEntire, Michael Gross, and others. The Ernest Truce music score does a decent job of supporting the action scenes. The movie achieves some scares, some laughs, and also achieves a nice atmosphere of homage towards the old giant creature movies that I grew up with as a kid when I was watching them. I did add it to my collection. I give it a repeat viewing now and again for fun. It's definitely not the perfect movie. I still really do recommend it. I gave it a 7 out of 10. It's got heavy violence, heavy language. 13 or over should handle it just fine. It's just one of those things where you might hear bad things about it, and certainly some of the sequels that came after it weren't great. But this particular first one, I think, really nailed it. Like I said, good monster movie on top of a good homage comedy, almost spoof of the monster movie craze. Give it a shot. That's Tremors from 1990.